Here we go, starting with the charcoal. You've taped down your charcoal paper and you've picked a spot around the still life and you are ready to go. So we're gonna first start by using contour line. It doesn't have to be one continuous line like we did in 2D design. It's not the end of the world if you lift up your charcoal here, but I'm looking for detail. You're drawing from observation, and it's not a super sketchy line. Doesn't need to be bold because we're probably going to smudge these lines anyway, but you are looking for the outside line as well as detail lines. So it's more than an outline, but we are just getting the main details down from the still life. You can see I have a picture on the right of the angle that my eyes can see. Because obviously you can't see the still life in this video, but the picture on the right is what I am seeing. So you're going to take your time, look at the negative space, the space in between the bottles, where the top of the bottle might hit on another bottle. Look at how they're related to one another. That is going to help you get a more accurate guideline. You can see here I started with the light gray, but I also used white charcoal or white chalk to lay out some of these lines. Again, most of these are going to get smudged away by the end or covered up or layered up. So don't feel like it's the end of the world if it's not perfect, okay? But see how I'm constantly looking back and forth at the still life. I am not staring at my paper. I need to look at what I'm drawing, okay? Once you get your bottles on, remember you need to have at least 3. I have more than 3 in mine, but you need to have at least 3. Once you get those bottles on, then we'll start with one bottle at a time. You can see I'm mapping out where some of the shadows are, where some of the highlights are on my bottles, and I am just planning for what I'm gonna do next. So once I've got my outlines, I'm gonna pick one bottle and I'm going to look at the values of that bottle. Where is it dark? Where is it light? Where are the highlights? And I'm gonna go in with like a medium tone and get the medium values down first. Think about your value scale and the medium tones, the light tones, and the dark tones that you created with the charcoal value scale. You're gonna have to take your time, again, looking back and forth at the still life. You are not making this up, okay? I'm gonna speed this up here so that you can see more quickly of how I'm doing this. One bottle took me about 10 minutes, okay? I don't want you to think that I flew through this. One bottle took me 10 minutes, okay? So please take your time. You're gonna go in with, again, medium starting first. This bottle that I'm looking at has a label on it with a very white light value contrasted with a dark value. So I wanna make sure I look at that. I also wanna include the highlights that I see on the neck of the bottle and where it curves at the top of the bottle before the label starts. Starting with the medium, then you can add darker tones and then add the lighter tones. The other thing you want to look at is shadows casting on your bottle from other bottles. So you can see here that the shadow from the bottle in front of it is a medium to dark value right on the label. It's like a vertical shadow. So you'll see me add that vertical shadow in. As you are laying down the light values, compare that to your dark values and make sure you're not making them too light. It's really common that you don't add more dark values because you're scared you're going to make it too dark. Please don't be scared to add the dark charcoal values. That's one bottle. I'll come back and add some more.